everybody, welcome to Smashing Game Time. I am your host, Nick. I'm joined as always by my brother, Josh.
Good day, everybody.
It's that time of the year again, and by that time of the year again, I mean it's game of the year. We're doing it a little later this year, but that happens. It happens sometimes, right, Josh?
Know what? If you guys want to complain about us coming in late, you have a couple kids and deal with your lives, and then try to record a podcast.
When I've told my kids multiple times, the podcast comes first. Look. I've got to feed the podcast. I have to keep this nourished. No, you can't. You can't have that donut. Go to bed. Go to sleep. You're going to no. I don't force my kids to go to sleep hungry. I feed my podcast better than I feed my kids. No,
Well, no, he doesn't. He doesn't starve his kids. He just eats all the food and forces them to eat the crumbs.
it's the John Goodman. It's the John
Yes.
Goodman method. I think he's hit the Ozempic. I think like everybody else, he's hit the Ozempic.
Yeah, it's a little depressing to see all that because it's like, first off, you don't know the repercussions of that. What's going to happen after so long of using it, and then stop using it and go back to what you were. And secondly, like people are like, oh, they've lost so much weight. No, they didn't lose any weight. They're using medicine and they're not probably changing their habits or their diets. So
Like, hey,
it's really going to be harmful.
I get it. Look good, feel good. Do what you got to do to get there. But also, like, isn't that like a
Build healthy habits out of it. Like if you're going to do it, build the routines, build the, quit eating the terrible shit and actually probably eat some veggies and some fruits. And
when are the people want to know when are we getting on the Ozempic diets?
I'm poor. I can't afford that shit.
I'm trying to steal Ozempic from my local clinics, from my local what are they called? The
Planned
pharmacists.
Parenthoods.
Does Planned Parent? No, Planned Parenthood doesn't give out Ozempic.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they did.
No, it's a diet. It's a diabetic prescription. Why would they have? But no, Josh, you could Josh. You know what you can get from Planned Parenthood? Condoms. Put them on, Josh. Put the condoms on. But
I've already reproduced my good friend, and I paid thousands of dollars for it.
people aren't here to hear about our reproduction or our Ozempic plans. Man, you take a few weeks off to enjoy the holidays, and you come back like you were just drinking eggnog the whole time, right? It's Game of the Year 2025. That's right. We got 5 days of categories. We've got a total of 13. Yes, 13. So we've got 4 days of 3 categories, and then the last one is Game of the Year. We're splitting these up a little differently this year. So day one, if you're listening to this, the day it comes out January 7th. Day two, January 8th. Day three, January 9th, my birthday. If you want to wish me a happy birthday, that'd be pretty cool. If you wanted to get me something, I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
He's got his wish list on Steam. We'll have the link down in the show notes.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea. We should hit that up. Day four will come out the following Wednesday. I believe that is the 14th. And then day five will come out the 15th. That just spreads it out a little bit, gives you a little time. And anytime I listen to anyone's Game of the Year stuff and it's a full week, and I know we've done this in the past, I'm sorry. It's a bit much. It's a bit extra. It's like, man, you guys really think I can listen to 5 days worth of podcast, you assholes? I can barely do one. I can barely do one a week. I'm just holding on by a thread. But yeah, so that's how it's going to split up. We've got a bunch of great categories. I'm going to read them off real quick. In day one, we've got Best on the Go Game, Best Boss Fight of the Year, and the game I'll Never Touch Again. I think the proper name is I'll Never Touch It Again, but you get the point. Day two, which we have special guest for that, and we haven't recorded it yet. No, we recorded these out of order. We recorded that one first a while back. Day two, we have our special guest from the old switcheroo, Mike and JMO, joining us for Box Art of the Year, Best Blueprint. That's right, from Blueprints. We had to bring Mike in because he's the only one that doesn't grit his teeth when he talks about blueprints. And biggest disappointment of the year. Day three, there's so many rooms. Sorry, we have all the rooms from Blueprints up in the dock, and you have to scroll.
We can probably get rid of all that now, too.
Go ahead and get rid of that for me. Day three, we have Best New Character, Best Words of the Year, meaning best quote, and then Expedition of the Year. That's right, we're going through every expedition, reviewing their journal entries, and determining the best three. Day four, we have a few fun ones that day. I think day four might be my personal favorite. Day four, we have the new Silk Song, Best Noise, and Song of the Year. And then the last day, of course, we have the one that everybody was looking forward to. It's game of the year. It's game of the year. We picked the top 10. We have a bunch of games listed. We picked the top 10. And if you're new here, so what we do every other category, we pick the top 3 with a clear 1, 2, 3. Game of the year, we pick the top 10 and we order them. Yeah, 1 through 10. So, there's going to be some arguments, there's going to be some debating. I think we get into a pretty good place with blueprints because at the end of the day, everyone hated that everyone on the panel hated that game except for one person, so we kind of let that person lead the conversation. Since how many hours did Mike say he had in blueprints?
Too many for any one person to have.
And he was
I'd have to
really
go back and actually remember it.
he was really into it. I've got to go back and schedule that episode when we're done. We also do a little bonus category that day for blueprints, so keep an eye out for that. But let's get into let's do some chores real quick, and then we'll get into the day one categories. As always, Smashing Game Time is wherever you get your podcasts. We're on Apple, Spotify, YouTube Podcast, and YouTube Proper, where you can see our lovely faces. We have a video version. We also have a website, smashinggametime.com, which apparently a lot of people are going to now, Josh. I checked the stats. I checked our analytics, and the people are finding us. There's the German people. We thought we got a German bot last year. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't think it was a bot. I think the Germans just like us for some reason.
Well, we should probably post there more and give them our words.
We need to look into this. We need to make sure that we don't. We make sure our.
You want me to get my security team from work to look at it for us and let us know if we need to be worried?
Check your 23andMe and make sure we're not compromised.
Well, I haven't given my my DNA, so that's all you, bro.
I'm not giving it to him either. I don't even think 23andMe is around anymore. But yeah, we have a website, smashinggametime.com. It's where the podcast gets posted. We've also got words over there. My personal top 10 list just went up, so go check that out. I've also got a few other things that I liked outside of games to start that list out. So that's smashinggametime.com. Go check it out. As always, fuck the algorithm, tell a friend. That's right. We don't give a shit about your stars, about your words. Just if you like the show, tell people. If you don't like the show, tell people you hate so they waste their time with it. I don't care. I don't care what you do, as long as you're not feeding the algorithm. Because look where they got us.
Just spread the cycle of love and hate, baby. Just do it.
Look where they got us. And look, if you live in a state where Pornhub is now banned, you've got time to tell people about Smashing Game Time. So you got 30 seconds back in your life every night. Tell some friends. Connect with some friends.
If not, maybe we'll hook you up with maybe we'll try and get a deal with some type of VPN so we can get you back into that porn. But you gotta watch.
Look, if you don't support the show, I can't afford a VPN. I just can't do it.
He has to bum off my VPN because apparently I'm made of money.
You're hurting the show. You're hurting the show by not telling others about it. So do that. Let's get into these categories, Josh. You ready? Are you excited? Is this the most excited you've been for Game of the Year ever?
I'm not gonna lie. So far, it has been because, like I said, usually these lists are so long because you're like, Josh, you need to keep adding shit, and I'm like, dude, we have kids. I can't anymore. I can't add these games. I haven't played half of them.
These are more tame lists, more controllable lists. Remember, we're narrowing down top 3. We still have lists in double digits, so it's going to take some time.
Right, but it's not going to take nearly as long. As I think the first time we did Game of the Year or GOTY, so whichever one we did first, I think we had 30 or 40 per category.
But I also think that was 2023, and we were both reviewing games, and so we both played shit ton of games. It wasn't just us. It wasn't me being like, we got to get them all on. It was no, we've played a lot of games.
You were pulling a Rick. Come on, Morty. We're gonna play all. We're gonna play all 150. We're gonna play them.
Come on, Morty. The people demand a list, Morty. Morty, they need a list. We need to make the list, Morty. It's very meta because you know what we did after that first Game of the Year? I think that's when we made our Rick and Morty tier list.
I'm pretty sure.
The people demand a list, Morty. Let's get in this first category. First category of the year is Best on the Go Game. This is a game that we played on the go. This was a game that, Steam Deck, Switch, whatever it may be, really good on the road. And the nominees are Hollow Knight Silksong, Dispatch, Keep Driving, Castlevania Dominus Collection. I hope that's the only Castlevania, Josh. You've played a lot of Castlevania.
That's the only one, I promise. I know, that's the only one I promise.
Played a lot of Castlevania this year. Resident Evil Survival Unit, Wuthering Wave, Marvel Snap, Citizen Sleeper, Expedition 33, Claire Obscure, Fall Guys, Humanity, Queue Up, Hades 2, Haunty with two eyes, Ball Pit, you don't say the X is silent, Blueprints, and Baldur's Gate 3. So before we get any comments, we do have some older games in here. So what we like to do is if we played a game, in 2025, it's on the list. It's on the list. Now if like there's stuff that came out this year that we think beats it out, the newer stuff always trumps it. But
Oh
again,
yeah.
these are our lists, so who gives a poop, right? Who gives a
Okay.
poop? I'll say right out of the gate that I was originally going to come in here and be like, we can get rid of Queue Up. But then I spent 3 hours with Queue Up last night, and I don't want to get rid of Queue Up. Josh, have you played Queue Up?
No, but you did tell me about it, and it was like, okay, this is interesting. I'd give it a try. I don't know if I would 100% like get into it and play it a lot, but you made it sound interesting enough to at least try it.
So let me explain it for those who don't know. Queue Up, which is spelled the letter Q dash up. It is presented like a hero shooter. You have all these different heroes you can select, and the game sets you up. It seems like it's very e-sporty. It sets you up. You're like selecting a character, looking at like their different abilities, and then it kind of explains some of the systems to you. And then you start a game up. You queue up real quick with people, and you have 4 people per team, 4 people on the Q team, 4 people on the up team, and you flip a coin. The first team the first team to 3 wins. So Q is heads, or Q is tails, up is heads, I guess. And it's basically just that. And your character has so like for example, I play a medic, and so I believe what sets the medic apart from the other characters, because I've only played the medic, is that when you lose, you can patch up your team. And so when you lose, you have these things called queues, and that's what's leveling you up. So like you go like bronze, silver, gold, plat, diamond, master, all that stuff. So when you flip a coin, you have all these different abilities, and what they do is they kind of like bounce off of each other. So like I have one that's like, hey, activate, if you've lost twice this round, activate 2 adjacent abilities twice. And so you're trying to chain all that to get your queues up. So even if you lose, you're still getting your queues up and you're leveling up, because the flipping of the heads and the tails, there's nothing to it. Like you can't really do anything. It's just it's gonna land on whatever it's gonna land on. It's 50-50. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to level up no matter what. And it's stupid. It's fun. It's fun. I lost like 5 levels yesterday. I think I lost like 100 million queues. I was a negative 100 million queues in one round. And it's just good, stupid. Like seriously, it's one of those games where you can set it. You start the game, you do something on the other screen, you look over, you're like, oh yeah, I'm up some queues. Oh yeah, I'm up some queues. And it does some other really fun meta stuff. So like you earn coins, or you earn gems that can unlock stuff, but it's like basic stuff that would already be in a game. So like I spent 20 gems to unlock the speed up of the game. So like now my game goes turbo speed. And you can stack items that you buy at the store as well. It's, oh man, I'm addicted. It's
I
very
mean,
Balatro coded.
the more and more you talk about it, though, the more and more I think like this is banana meets Balatro.
Very much. This is a big waste of time, but I'm enjoying it. And I don't know if the games are 100% online or what. I checked because I was like, there's no way I'm finding games this fast. But I did check the Steam charts. There's like 2,000 people playing when I was playing the other night or last night. So I'm like, okay, maybe these people are all playing. This is a very basic game. It just puts you in a lobby and flips a coin.
I was like, let's be honest, you're not really playing anything. You're just pressing a button and walking away.
Really, the thing you're waiting on is for everyone's scores to add up, because you'll look at yours, you can see everyone's scores under their name after every flip of the coin, and you'll look up and someone will have like, I think I saw a guy with 1 billion. I was like, how after
Jesus
one flip.
Christ.
So it gets really deep. Like you can respec multiple times. You can level up different abilities. I think Queue Up might compete in this. I think if you played it, you would be like, yeah, I'm gonna smoke this rock with you, sir. Because this is very much this is my crack right now. This is my crack game. This is my narcotic.
Well, since you're addicted to one, I'll go ahead and take away one of mine because I knew going in it wasn't ever going to make it because the more and more you play it, you start to realize like, oh, Resident Evil Survival Unit. Have you seen anything on it?
Is this like the prequel before Requiem?
No.
What is it? It sounds like a Funko Pop ass Resident Evil game.
So Survival Unit is how this how here. Let me start with how it starts and then what it turns into. How it starts is you're a not named character. You name yourself, and you wake up in the hospital. You're visiting your parents in Raccoon City, and of course, right as you wake up, you're in the middle of the zombie outbreak.
Okay, fair.
It turns into this like asymmetric third person type thing where you're like exploring like you start at the hospital, then you go and you're in a mansion, and then you're in the basement, and it's like okay, like you're starting to do these things, and you're building out your base, and it's like okay, it has some depth to it. Then it turns into one of those war games, the stereotypical mobile war games, where like oh, you're building your army, you're joining alliances, you're attacking other players.
This sounds like a great. It kind of reminds me of Fallout Shelter when you were building the shelter and you'd send them out.
Essentially that. Yeah, essentially that, but it's in that war style. You know what I'm talking about?
Resident Evil. Is it like a not an RTS but like an RT or real time tactics game?
No, it's not. I wouldn't even say it's real time because it's like you're not doing anything but it's saying like, "Hey, I'm gonna send Claire, Barry, and Jill." And this, they're like leading this group of like mercenaries that I've built up of like nobodies, and we're gonna go attack this person, and it's gonna do its thing, and then come back and say, "Oh, you defeated them, and you killed so many people," or "Oh, you lost, and you took this much damage."
So it's like a very weird Resident Evil game.
It is like it starts out, and you're like, "Oh, this is promising." Okay, but then the more you play it, you're like, "Oh, it's a standard gotcha." Like so, just to show you how much of a gotcha it is. So they're nice enough. Claire is your legendary character you get,
You've
or
already
after like right off the bat.
you've already sold it at legendary. The fact that she's a
Yeah, right.
legendary.
Then there's Jill, who's basically hidden behind a paywall. Leon, who's hidden behind a paywall. And then they have Ada, who you so far technically haven't spent anything on the game because there's ways around it, but it's a slow process to get her. And then you also have oh fuck, what's his name? Jill's boyfriend from Resident Evil 3, Carlos.
And you played this on your phone?
I still play it on my phone.
So you're okay with getting rid of it. This sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's made by Capcom, Aniplex, and I forget who the other company was, but it's
Put it
I
away.
don't know if you watch. I
Put it
don't know.
away.
We're gonna keep it up there. We're gonna keep it up just so everybody can see.
Put it away. Oh dear. Do they at least do the Resident Evil voice?
They do. Well, the legendaries all have their voices. No one else does.
Of course.
Like here is
No, I mean like
here are my list of heroes.
when the game
Oh no,
starts up like
it does like a
Resident
no, it does no
Evil.
no. But all of your heroes are characters from all the games.
All right, I'm deleting it. It's gone. It's gone. You look like you've spent some money on that, Josh.
I have not. I promise you.
All right, Blueprints is on here. We both
Hold
hate
on.
Blueprints, right?
We
Go ahead.
do, but I gotta say one more thing about this game because it does something that most games don't do, and I'm like, holy shit, that's cool. It's really not that cool what it is. They let you set a limit to how much you can spend.
Hmm.
I know. Anyway,
That's
sorry.
just in
Blueprint.
case your
We both
kid
hate it.
gets a hold of it. They're like, oh shit.
Well, no,
Like,
it even says in the beginning like this game is not suitable for kids.
oh cool. Well, Capcom, good on you for pointing it out. That's an expensive
Yes.
game. Can we get rid of Blueprints? We both hate
Yeah,
Blueprints,
no.
right?
I mean, have you played it on Steam Deck at all
I've
or
not.
mobile?
I've been playing on Game Pass.
I will have to give it. I have to give it a little bit of a break. I tried it on the Steam Deck. Not bad. It actually runs really well. I didn't have an issue with it.
But yeah, and
But
I
it's
don't know. I
Blueprints.
just thinking about the way that gameplay is like, I would want a mouse to be able to click on stuff.
Oh, no, I agree 100%. I mean, I'm used to it with the controller wise because I'm playing it on PlayStation. Or that's how I was like getting into it. But then I was like, oh, just try it on Steam Deck just to see. And it was like, oh, it ran fine. I didn't have any issues. But no, it's Blueprints. No one gives a fuck.
And Blueprints, get the
Well, none of
fuck out
us
of here.
at least.
By the way, Indie Game Show disqualified Claire Obscure for apparently using some AI in its development or its pre-development.
Yeah,
It,
so they left AI presets in there when they were developing it.
well, and then so they stripped Claire Obscure and then gave it to Blueprints. I thought that was hilarious. I was like, no, not Blueprints.
Anybody
anything
but
but
Blueprints.
anything but them. No, they're a wonderful team. I didn't gel with their game. It wasn't for me. Just for anyone that's screaming at us right now.
That's fine. I mean, I guess we're leaving for day 2. I've made enough excuses on day 2.
I haven't played much Marvel Snap this year. Have you?
No, I had not touched Marvel Snap since last year.
Okay. I
Like, no, I'm not talking about 2025 either. I'm talking 2024.
I jump back every once in a while. It's still Marvel Snap. The thing is, I'm not interested in variants, and it's like I probably over 2 years I probably spent $100 on Marvel Snap. I had a good time with it. I'm done. Goodbye Marvel Snap. And plus, I'm making room in my life for another superhero game when Invisible Versus comes out. So, pish posh.
Castlevania. I'm gonna go ahead and give it its final farewell. If you have not played it, it's just the DS collection, so it's got the Order of Ecclesia, Dawn of Sorrow, and Portrait of Ruin. Honestly, they did a really great job porting it over to PC, and honestly, it plays really well on the Steam Deck. So give it a try if you haven't.
It's gone. Looking at this list, the one I've probably played the most is Hollow Knight Silk Song, and I have a funny story about this. So I was playing it back in October, and I was playing it on the plane to go to Austin, and I was fighting the last judge on the plane. Do you know about the last judge, Josh?
No,
The
I've
last,
not. I've tried to avoid all spoilers.
okay, well, I don't think it's a spoiler in saying that the last judge is like basically the last judge before you get into Act Two. It's like a test of like everything you've learned along the way
Mhm.
in Act One. Because I mean, compared to Act Two, Act One is like Powder Puff League. Because I remember I was bragging about the guy. I was like, man, this game ain't shit. What are all these people playing Hollow? These people are soft. These people aren't good at video games. And then I get into Act Two. I was like, oh, I'm gonna shut the fuck
Yeah,
up
it's
now.
coming from the guy who basically died to every boss in Hollow Knight when we were streaming it together.
Man, that's a tough game. I'm probably better at it now, but I don't think I'll go find out. Silk Song, though, I think stays for now.
I mean, if it plays anything like Hollow Knight did on Steam Deck, I would keep it for sure because it's one of the seamless transitions, seamless playing experiences I've ever seen from a mobile device. Like it plays so well.
So yeah, I was playing on that plane and I couldn't beat the last judge for real. Like it was an hour and a half long flight. I was fighting that boss the entire time. And one of the guys sitting next to me, we're leaving. We're getting off the plane. He's like, "Hey, did you beat that boss?" I was like, "No, I'm gonna try when I get back to the hotel." But no, I didn't. I was like, I didn't,
And he said, "Don't worry, little." He said, "Don't worry, little buddy. I'll take it for you." And he played for you. And he beat it,
and
didn't
he
he?
beat it. Well, and he was an older gentleman, so I was like, "Oh wow, I didn't." Like I had no idea you knew what Hollow Knight was. He's like, I
He,
don't, but I
he,
was
he
watching you
watched you
play it the whole
struggle the
time.
whole time, and he was laughing the whole time. And like, this fucking little shit doesn't even know what he's doing. It's a
He's
little
like
bro with the broken controller.
he's like these little bugs are beating this man's ass. But that was a fun little. I always have fun with the Steam Deck on a plane. This time it was Silk Song. Last time it was Slay the Princess as she was chewing her own hand off, and an old lady looked over and was like, "Oh my!" That, this was a wholesome game before you looked over, kind of, sorta. I'm supposed to kill her. See,
I
here's what
say,
you don't
not really. You're
understand.
supposed to murder this lady, all right?
Well, look, I didn't stab her, so she ate her hand. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep Silk Song. I'm okay with getting rid of Keep Driving because I love the irony of playing a game about road trips on the road. I did play this driving down to Florida. I wasn't driving, but driving
See,
down to
he's definitely
Florida.
driving.
I was driving with my knees, playing Keep Driving, and I do think this is one that plays better with keyboard and mouse. I enjoyed playing it on Steam Deck, but I know that I enjoy playing it at home more. So goodbye, Keep Driving. Josh, are you playing Expedition 33 mobily?
I tried it on Steam Deck as well. So a lot of these games, like not Baldur's Gate 3, but Blueprints, Expedition 33, I tried them. I was like, you know what? Expedition 33 just got like its uh, Steam approved, for Steam Deck.
Mhm.
So I gave it a try. I'm not gonna say it's like the greatest experience. I did have a little issues with it, but to the people who are like, "Oh, this is terrible. How can people play this? Like, how could they even say it's Steam Deck ready?" It's like, dude, y- you get what you get at that point. Like, it's not a terrible experience. Like, by far, probably one of the better experiences of Steam Deck approved that I've seen.
I feel like a
But I'm
game
not saying
that's
it's the best.
I feel like a game that's very dependent on like parrying and dodging. I wouldn't want to play on the Steam Deck just because,
So tiny.
well, it's tiny and yeah, you don't. My eyes aren't what they used to be. I'm sure the younger gamers are doing fine, but also like the frames. I feel like losing frames.
Yeah, I think I was getting like 55, 50. Like, so I wasn't losing too much, but I don't know where people were bitching about like, oh, this is terrible. I'm only getting 30 frames per second. I'm like, guys, I'm running it like right off the bat. No, nothing spectacular. Didn't change anything. And that's fine. Even then, I probably could have lowered the settings and had it be even better. But I'm like, I'm not here to actually play this. I just want to see what everybody's complaining about. And I didn't have any issues really. But I mean, honestly, I agree 100%. It's not really a game to truly experience on the go. It's something you sit down in front of your 4K monitor or 4K TV and enjoy every moment of it.
Yeah, because you're blasting that fucking soundtrack.
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
will get rid of Expedition 33. I've got a few old. I've actually got a lot of the older games on here. I played a lot of Fall Guys on the Steam Deck this year. Super surprised how well it runs on the Steam Deck. And yeah, man, it's just a really good game to boot up, play around to Fall Guys, and then get out. It's good, but I'm okay with deleting it. It's had its time in the sun. Humanity, spoiler alert, Humanity makes my top 10 list on my personal list.
But does it make it on your best on the go game?
No, and I don't
That's
think this game has been optimized the greatest for Steam Deck. I remember when it first came out, it ran like poop, especially on levels where there were literally thousands of humans. Still fine, still a fun game. I'm sad that they're quitting the support of the community building stuff. That's really sad. Like imagine Halo 3's Forge being shut down 2 years later. It's rough,
I don't think there's any imagining there.
but it's got to go. I do love Humanity. Go play Humanity, folks. Josh, I'm interested about Baldur's Gate 3 because it's a big game,
It
and
is.
I'm guessing you're playing with like the console menus, so the wheels.
Yes.
Man, that just feels like a weird way to play Baldur's Gate 3. I don't want to say it's the
It's
wrong way, but it feels weird.
it is. I mean, but once again, to really experience it, I've never played with mouse and keyboard for Baldur's Gate. I've only done controller. So I was like, all right, I'm already familiar with how this is going to work. Once again, very tiny screens, so texts are really tiny. So, like, yeah, like you said, our eyesight's not the best. So I'm not going to go into accessibility and tell them, hey, I'm old, crank up that magnifying glass.
Your Steam
Um,
Deck looks like an older person's phone when they have like the text like triple XL.
yeah, yeah.
All you see is the subtitles, and you can
It's
barely see
it's
the
literally
characters under
SpongeBob
it.
putting the on the paper.
Yep.
The
The
But beyond the stereotypical issues of a tinier screen, it really runs well. Like I'm shocked how well it ran. Mind you, I had a little grenade cooking on me because this thing is hot as can be. So I'd recommend playing it in a dock mode, or like putting it like a dock on it, and then maybe putting like an external fan to help cool it. But it ran super well.
okay.
I didn't have a single issue. Everything I mean, I prefer it on my Steam Deck almost to that point because it's nice to be able to like it's first off, it's Dungeons and Dragons. You're already checking every box off, but it does such a great job letting you just take it on the go and seamlessly start it up. Like I have not had a single issue with anything. Not the Larian. Is it Larian?
Larian, you're right.
Yeah, Larian login. Starting up the game, adding the mods to it if you want to do mods, it works superbly on the Steam Deck.
What
Like it, by far the best experience on the Steam Deck I've had from a quote unquote AAA.
do you have this because of me, or do you have your own copy?
I think I have this because of you.
You cut off. You cut off. But no, I
Yeah.
need my bars. We'll keep it for now. Let's run through here. I played Citizen Sleeper earlier this year. I still need to play the sequel. I've started the sequel. I just bounce off really quick because I think what I was trying to do, I was like, oh, I'll play the first one and then I'll play the second one. By the time I was done with the first one, I was like, I needed a break. I needed to take a smoke. First game's fine. I think it's another one that plays well on mobile or plays well on the Steam Deck. But I'm also more adamant to playing it with a mouse and keyboard because it's just a lot of clicking and reading, clicking and reading. And when you're reading on the Steam Deck, you're like, ugh, my neck, my neck. I'm a little baby, because that's me. So I'm okay with getting rid of Citizen Sleeper, though it is a good game. Let's see what we have left. We have Hollow Knight, Silk Song, Dispatch, Wuthering Wave, Queue Up, Hades 2, Haunty, Ball Pit, and Baldur's Gate 3. Josh, is Wuthering Wave a joke nomination?
No, it's legitimate. Um, it is up there. It is another gotcha. Um, you're familiar with Genshin Impact, right?
Yes, I'm aware. I'm aware of it because they got you.
Okay, yeah, exactly. So this is like a direct competitor to it. The only thing I think, well, that's not the only thing, but I think the thing that really gets this game better or makes this game better is they allow it on Linux, so I could play it on the go with Steam and the Steam Deck. Where with Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail, all those, they're like, yeah, no, we're not gonna worry about Linux. We're gonna do Mac, we're gonna do PC or Windows, but we're not gonna worry about Linux. So you can't play it on the go unless you do a workaround, which can get you banned. Really superb story, great overall graphic wise on it. It's a gotcha. I'm gonna just remove it just because of that. But give it a try if you had it. Like if you liked Genshin Impact but you want more, Withering Wave is so much better.
We need to work on the names of these gotchas. It's like, okay, you get 2 words. You get the first word, you get 2 syllables. Second word, you get one. For the most part,
Yeah.
Star Rail derails me there, but that's it.
Well, it's supposed to be Honkai Star Rail.
No, 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 no. If I see any more gotchas this game of the year ceremony, they're getting automatically
Uh,
eliminated.
I think that was all the gotchas, honestly. So we should be fine.
Good. Haunty, I played and finished to completion this year. I think I'm still missing a hat, so I haven't 100%ed the game. I'm not gonna go back and get that hat, but it was a fun game. It's top down Super Mario in the underworld. Super Mario 64 in the underworld. You're collecting stars, doing random things. It's a fine game. It's not gonna make the end. I'm getting rid of Haunty. Josh, have you played Dispatch?
I have not played it yet, but like I said, I've seen enough of it to know everything that goes down. So I just need to go back and play. All right, I need to go and play it, not go back and play it.
Josh has only seen the nudity parts. That's the
I
part that
I
he's
only I
leaving
only
off.
watch for the nip slip. That's it.
You can barely, so like seriously, the first time there's a nip slip, I missed it. Like the blonde blazer looks down. She's like, "You could have told me," and I was like, "Well, I didn't even know. I was so oblivious. I was trying not to
Even though
look."
it's usually the option to say something, you're like, instead of reading all the options, I'm going to pick the first one. I'm not going to say anything.
No, I just picked the nicest thing. I didn't even look at like what the other one was. I thought like he was maybe
Which means you
joking.
didn't look at all the options.
No, I didn't. I
Yeah.
didn't. Looking at what we have left, Hades 2 is fun. It's just like playing Hades 1. I've barely scratched the surface of Hades 2. I've beaten the first 2 bosses. I don't think I've completed a run yet. So I'm okay with getting rid of Hades 2, though I'm going to play the
And
shit out of it.
and since all the rest of them up here are released this year, I'm okay with getting rid of Baldur's Gate 3 because it's had its day in the light.
Yeah, it had plenty of day in the light.
They had plenty of daylight. So,
And you know what? That Divinity game, they all got daylight in that trailer too. That trailer
yeah,
looks bonkers, by the way.
very bonkers.
All right, Baldur's Gate 3 is gone. I got rid of Hades 2. We're down to 4. We need to get rid of one more. The remaining games are Hollow Knight, Silk Song, Dispatch, Queue Up, and Ball Pit. The only one I haven't talked about is Ball Pit. Josh, have you played Ball Pit? You've played Ball Pit, right?
I've played a little bit of Ball Pit, yes.
Ball Pit, basically, it is Vampire Survivors, but you are a little guy at the bottom of your screen, and you're shooting balls at guys that are coming to you on platforms. It's kind of got like that Space Invaders vibe. You're unlocking different kinds of balls with different abilities. You're upgrading them. You're combining them, and then it all goes to a boss at the end. There's like 15 levels. I've only unlocked half of them. You can unlock multiple characters. You have a town between levels where you go back, you put the stuff down, and then to build it, you send your guys out like it's a like a pinball machine, and they're bouncing around, and like let's say you're upgrading a building, enough guys have to hit it to upgrade it because that's how you build buildings. Some buildings give you new characters, some buildings give your characters a stat buff. You can collect resources to build other buildings. So like you have you have farmland where you will farm the land and get the plants or whatever it is, whatever the resource is. You'll pick up rocks, pick up different stuff. Yeah, man, it's a good game. It's a good ass game.
But is it best on the go?
I would say, see, man, the thing that gets me is that it's the reading. On a game, the reading will get me. The reading more than anything will get me. And the game, I don't know. Dispatch isn't really reading because you're listening to it more than anything.
I'm sure there's really not any reading either.
I mean, out of these, like I've enjoyed playing all four of these. I think if I got rid of one though, and I know I spent the top of the category talking about it, but I think it'd probably be queue up.
Okay, I'll be okay with
I
that.
think it'd be queue up. And then I think this order we have here is pretty good. I think it's Hollow Knight in first, Dispatch in second, Ball Pit in third.
And like I said, for my former experience with Hollow Knight on Steam Deck, yeah, I would say Team Cherry does a great job of turning a 2D Metroidvania into something that is just unheard of in this time. It's up there
Stop
with
it.
honestly Prince of Persia.
Shut the fuck up. There's so many Metroidvanias. Shut the fuck up. But no, no,
So many not so good Metroidvanias. This is one of the better ones.
I'll say the fact that I am playing it on my Steam Deck and I haven't broken it out of frustration, amazing, amazing. That means they made something that is really gripping, while also frustrating, but more gripping than frustrating. So there we go. So hey, best on the go game. In third place we have Ball Pit. In second place we have Dispatch, and then in first place it's Hollow Knight Silk Song. Wow, what a surprise! What a surprise, Josh. Are you
Is it really
surprised?
though?
Are you
No.
surprised? No, me neither. I knew
I
Silk
think I'm more
Song.
surprised by Ball Pit being up here, but Hollow Knight and Dispatch, no, I would have figured both of those were going to be in there.
It was really between Ball Pit and Q Up that I was like, which one would we cut? This next one's going to be a doozy. This next one has a lot of nominees from the same games. So it's going to the next category is best boss fight of the year. And the nominees are wrong button. Here we go. Nominees for best boss fight of the year are Grohl the Great, Lace, Phantom, Cogwork Dancers, Grandmother Silk, Trobio, Two-Toed Tom, Huggin' Molly, Mr. Hammer, Monkey King, Simon, Painted Love, Renoir, The Paintress, Simon, Clea, Duelist, Lamp Master. Why'd you get rid of Simon, Josh?
There's two Simons.
Oh, there were two Simons. Oh no, he's that
There was
bad.
two Simons. Like,
He's that
he was that
badass.
bad. Well, technically, there is two forms of him. So I guess if you really want to be that way,
So if you're wondering, I think there's only 3 or 4 games nominated here. So there's multiple bosses from Hollow Knight Silk Song, Grohl the Great, Lace, Phantom, Cogwork Dancers, Grandmother Silk, Trobio. There's 2 from Huggin' Molly, two from Huggin' Molly, 2 from South of Midnight, Two-Toed Tom and Huggin' Molly, 2 from Split Fiction, Mr. Hammer and Monkey King. And then the rest are from Claire Obscura Expedition 33. Simon, Painted Love, Renoir, The Paintress, Clea, the Duelist, and Lamp Master. Let's get into this.
so hold on, let's. But before we dig into it, let's clarify for ourselves. What do we mean by best boss fight? Are we talking like just in general, or like are we talking is there a particular aspect of it? Like at least for you, what is a good boss fight or a great boss fight?
I think it's a blend of things. I think it's memorable. I think it can be broken because, like, if broken bosses weren't allowed here, Grow the Great would not be here at all. It can again memorable. It can be challenging. Uh, Thematically, if it's something that just pulls you in, honestly, whatever it is, as long as you have an argument for it, I'm down. I'm down to clown.
That's the case. I have two I'm going to go ahead and knock out.
Who are you knocking
Like
out?
just Duelist and Lampmaster.
What is wrong with you? Those hold on. These are pivotal. By the way, clear obscure spoilers in case you weren't aware. In case you weren't aware, these are two pivotal boss fights. Lampmaster is the end of Act One boss that basically you fight, and he's part of why the trajectory of the story gets altered. He's just this badass floating cloth with hands and all these lamps. And then Duelist comes after that immediate heartbreak. Like I want to say, is that the first boss fight in Act Two?
Yeah,
So
this is the first boss fight.
the opening boss fight of Act Two, you're going to lay Gustav's remains in this area, and this guy collapses the bridge. He's a fucking menace. He is basically the first boss where you have every aspect of the game, and now you just need to put it all together and string together some badass combos. He's a menace. He's a fucking
Do,
menace.
do you know why I say these two though, particularly? Like, especially if you compare like Renoir or the Paintress, because you fight Renoir multiple times, you fight the Paintress. Technically, you could fight her twice with Painted Love. I picked these two particularly because you fight them so. Or, I shouldn't just say them. You fight them in variations of them multiple times. You fight the Duelist what, 3 times?
I think four now with
Not
the
including, yeah,
four.
or now the DLC. I think 3 now with for the Lampmaster with the DLC.
Oh, did they sneak another Lampmaster in?
I'm pretty sure they submit a Lampmaster in. So it's like they lose what. Yes, their initial fights, I agree, are memorable, but they lose what was memorable for them when you fight them again.
But didn't that work for you thematically? Like, again, clear obscure
Clearly,
spoilers. If you're still here, what the fuck are you doing here? Thematically, so you find out you're in a painting, and a lot of this work is being repeated. Thematically, like, and I'm a person that would complain back in the day, like playing Gears of War 2, like, why are the corpses more, why are they everywhere? I feel less special that you're repeating this boss fight. I feel like you're really diluting that first fight. But like as an adult, you're like, well, they made this thing. They're not just going to use it once. So thematically, being in a painting, I think that works, at least for me.
but see, I think that's where like you look at like Simon and Clea. It's like you get to them and it's a lot more heartbreaking.
Well, Clea. I
It's a,
mean, Clea's thing is she's just using the paintings to attack you. Like, so like if your argument is that like, well, it's just, well, I guess Clea is more unique in that sense. I do agree that I do dislike things that are repeated over and over again. Though I do say this is the one time ever that thematically I was like, yeah, that's fine. Like I get it.
no, thematically it's fine, but if we're going for memorable, like what makes Simon so memorable is not only is he like very OP and can be very hard, especially on the hardest difficulty on New Game Plus. But it adds also that mystery of like who is like it makes you want more. Like you hear he was part of the first expedition, he disappeared. You find out that he's uh Clea's love interest or painted Clea's love interest, and something clearly happened, and he was locked underneath Renoir's drafts.
There's very good.
So there's so
There's
much more
very good lore behind him.
yeah.
I'm okay with cutting those two just because we got to start cutting. So Lampmaster and Duelist can go. I think Painted Love can go too. I didn't like I beat the Paintress. Like I don't need to fight the Paintress again. Don't make me do
No,
that.
I didn't really enjoy fighting them both at the same time because one, they're both very similar, and two, they were a little bit faster. And since because there's both of them on the screen, everything was a little bit smaller, so it was harder to like actually uh, block or not block, counter or dodge.
I also don't like I don't like tower bosses where you're just in a room fighting and they're like, okay, here's the last one. It's really hard.
Yeah,
Painted Lover Zone.
it's yeah. It was interesting. I liked the idea, but at the same time, it's like probably would have been made maybe a little more like if they would have brought them when you fought the paintress and when you fought Renoir the first time. Like it was Renoir comes up and he's like, well, "If you're gonna attack my wife, I'm gonna fight you too."
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah, that would
He's
have been cool. I think they would have like combined themselves. Like, okay, that's pretty badass.
look if they want to make look if they want to make Simon talk in anything in the future, just make him sound like Matt Stone doing Cartman voice or doing like fat person voice anytime it is a fat character. Listen to me,
Yes,
I'll fucking kill you. You touch Clea, I'll fucking kill you.
yes.
Let's see. So what's left? We've really cleared out Expedition 33. Simon Renoir, the Paintress Clea. You know what? There is one I forgot to bring up. One that never gets repeated at all. Not once. I can't confirm for the DLC the dancing lady.
Oh, the bigger one, right?
Yeah, I think she's definitely top three, and at least not top
She
three here,
gets
but
brought
top
back
three.
for
And
something. I think you do fight her a second time.
I don't think you do. Not in the base game. She's like the one exception where they don't bring her back at all.
No, I think they did. I think she was part of the tower bosses.
I don't think she was. I do not think she was at all.
Hold on, I'm doing this. I can confirm up here. I'm gonna confirm.
C-
Hold on.
Confirm that. So we still have Clea the Paintress, Renoir, and Simon. I do think Simon's going to make the cut here. The Paintress is just like such a strong fight. Like just so much emotion. Uh, Let me look at these other games. Monkey King and Mr. Hammer, both from Split Fiction. I think Mr. Hammer can go. I think this is just the first time the game's comedy starts to come out because this is when Mio and Zoe start feeling comfortable. I think there's a line in there. Say hello to Mr. Hammer, and Zoe's like, "Hello, Mr. Hammer." It's just very funny. It's kind of forgettable fight. Get rid of Mr. Hammer. Looking at South of Midnight, I've got Two Toed Tom and Hug and Molly, which I didn't realize most of the boss fights in that game are very much in the middle. Game doesn't end on a boss fight. If I were gonna get rid of one, I think I'd get rid of Hug and Molly, though. Emotionally, it's a little stronger. I just like Two Toed Tom's build up to its fight. Josh, do you have results for us? Are you still
I'm
bad at
confirming right
googling?
now. Hold on.
All right, I'm gonna keep talking. So I got rid of Hug and Molly. We're keeping Two Toed Tom. We're keeping
Yep, you're
Monkey
right. You
King.
only fight her once.
You only fight her once. Well, go ahead and add her. Go ahead and add her to the bottom. I know we're getting rid of things, but I do think that's a really strong fight. Serene, yeah, Serene. It's a really strong fight. It's tied to what's her name? The lady who
To
floats.
Loon,
Tied to
Luna.
Lune, and her family, her parents, and their disappearance, the failure of their expedition. And it's just a beautiful area because this is the first time in Act Two, because Act Two you're going out to destroy these big creatures, so you can essentially break through the wall and get to the paintress. And you fight the masked one, and he's kind of an asshole. So you're just like, whatever, cool, he's dead.
Kind of. He's definitely an asshole.
He's an asshole. But then she's just dancing and existing. Like she doesn't want to fight you, but she's like, all right, I guess we're fighting. All right, cool.
Did you end up destroying the white guy who's making her dress for her?
Yeah, I don't think you can skip that fight.
Yeah, you can.
Can you?
Yeah, I skipped it both times. I never fought him.
Yeah, I killed him. I think it makes the fight easier if I'm not mistaken.
It does because he doesn't make the silk for her, so she doesn't get the shields.
Okay. But yeah, just a beautiful fight. The music's really good. And it's sad, man. It's kind of like playing Shadow of the Colossus and taking these giant colossi down. Like there's just these innocent creatures existing, and you're like, well, no, look, I
You
need you.
have to do it.
I need you for some dark magic shit. Come here. I think she stays. I would take Serene over Clea, if I'm being honest.
But Clea, it's just so depressing because it's what's his name? Verso. Verso knows like it has to be done, but at the same time he's like he doesn't want to do it. Like he knows he's a fake. He knows that she's a fake. But he lived his whole life like literally in this painting.
But yeah, this is the tormented version of Clea, whereas the Clea,
Yeah,
and we only get glimpses of the real Clea, but she's outside, she's raging a war against the Riders, which I think it would be cool to see more of that.
I hope we do.
As cheesy as
No,
it is, I'm like, well, that's some
I, I'm.
RP,
I
that's
want
some
more though
RPG ass
because
shit.
it builds so much with this world. It's like, okay, now I have to know what's going on. I kind of want to see something similar on the writer's side, almost. I mean, I say almost, but
So then when you eventually get all of them together, you're like, oh fuck, they all shit, okay.
it's the cycle of hatred, baby.
And they end up fighting in the third game. Yeah, like they don't announce that this game they're doing is on the writer's side. They're just like the brand new game. It's not
Yep.
Clear Obscure, it has nothing to do with Clear Obscure. And then you get through it and you're like, oh shit,
And
these
then
are
all
the
you hear is Jennifer
writers.
English go and say, but she's like, does her male character like hello or something. And
No,
that's how it ends. It's like, what?
she does the she does the Master Chief Halo 2, I'm on my way. Boom, 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 boom. And then Clear Obscure Expedition 33 3, you add another 3 to it. The tagline is finish the fight. Nope.
God damn it. uh, fuck. So, okay. So I'm fine getting rid of Clea then if we're going to pull in Cyrene because we do have to
Get rid of Clea. Get her out of here.
knock the list down.
I think.
But we need to pull some of your Silk Knight away too now.
Well, hey, let's whittle down one more Clear Obscure Expedition 33. Let's get it down to 3. Let's do the rule of the threes.
I say Red War then.
I don't know. Are we both thinking of it's the second Ren War fight, right?
Well, let's be technical. Let's be truly technical. We're not talking about the Gustav fight.
No, we're talking about the one
Are we
right
talking
before
like
you
when you're
go.
climbing up to the paintress, or are you talking about at the very end?
The one right before the Paintress.
Yes, that's the one I think of. I think that is by first off, that fucking lion thing he brings out. Why was there no like I want more information on that. That thing was fucking awesome.
It never comes back. It's dead. It's just
Yeah.
dead. It's gone, and he's never coming back.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, I'd say compared to the last Renwar fight, definitely, because it's like, it didn't do anything. It was basically the same fight as you when you Verso takes you to Lumiere.
Well, and it's a nothing fight because you spend all of Act 3 farting around, powering up, and then so by the time you get to him, you're like, well, I'm just gonna fucking breeze through this bitch, and you do.
Yeah, yeah,
And I mean, the advice I got from my local comic shop was like, hey, turn all your shit off. Turn all your shit off, and it'll be a good fight. And I turned all my shit off, and it was still really
it was
fucking
still
easy,
fairly easy. Yeah,
which was disappointing because I was like, I want to. Which I think that gets Renoir just deleted. It gets him gomaged immediately. It's
yeah. I
because
mean,
like the second fight would be so much cooler if the last fight fucking could hold water.
and I mean, like compared to the paintress, like who's literally right. There's no leveling in between. It's you can go straight to her afterwards. She is by far a better fight of the two.
It's a more fun fight. Her attacks are just fun to dodge. Like when she's throwing all the paint, like the multiple explosions. It's just fun. It's a fun fight, and then beating her completely changes the rules of the game, both story wise and gameplay wise. I forget what it's called, but the thing that lets your attack break 999,000.
The painter or
Or
painted or something like that.
sorry, 9,999.
Yeah, you break the threshold and you
You
can finally max out your shit. Like you can literally within your first playthrough, if you leveled up enough, you could literally
it definitely opens
nine
up.
million 999,999. Yeah,
It opens up. It turns you in. It's like, oh hey, by the thematic story wise, the game is like, oh hey, by the way, there are no rules. And then gameplay wise, it's like, oh yeah, hey, we did say there were no rules, didn't we? And you're like,
yeah.
oh yeah, you did. All right, so Painter stays, Renoir is gone because that last fight is donkey butt. All right, let's go up to Silk Song. I'll be the mouthpiece here. We've got Grill the Great, Lace, Phantom, Cogwork Dancers, and Grandmother Silk. Hey, hey, if you don't want spoilers, get out of here. Go on.
Yeah.
Get
Bye bye.
get.
I'm gonna take my headphones off.
Oh wow, he's really doing it.
No, I can't. I as long as you're not doing like deep spoilers, it should be fine.
No.
And I mean like end game spoilers.
So immediately I'm going to get rid of Lace because you would fight Lace multiple times. She's like your adversary, kind of like how Hornet was your adversary. Was Hornet
Mhm.
the ongoing
Yeah,
adversary throughout Hollow Knight?
she technically was. I mean, in the beginning, at least, she was like your, "Hey, you fight me like 3 times, and then we find something out, and then I'm like, okay, maybe we can be friends. Maybe we can talk."
So Lace is kind of like that, but no, you don't become friends. She's like, "No, fuck you. Fuck you. I am going to
Is
kill you."
Silk Song set after or before Hollow Knight?
I haven't looked that deep. I believe it's after the way Hornet talks about this world,
Okay.
but like it's very vague, and maybe I missed a line somewhere, but I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. She seems like a bitter person because like she'll be the thing that, and we'll get into this in other categories, but the thing about this game is that Hornet has a voice instead of like the character from the original Hollow Knight just kind of is silent in there. Hornet's saying shit and like reacting to shit, and that I think that's what makes I think that's what makes me like Silk Song a little better. But we'll get into more of that later.
It is set after, by the way.
Okay, see, I knew that,
I did
but
not
I
know.
wasn't sure. I'm gonna get rid of Lace. Her fights are fun. Very like on guard, like fencing type shit that just gets harder every time with some additional abilities. Lace is gone. Oh man, I really did pick the best fights from this game. Trobio is an actor that you fight in the middle of Act 2. You fight him again in Act 3, but he's a little different, a little harder. He like throws tornadoes at you, throws fireworks, basically stage fireworks at you. It's just a really fun fight. Just really uh, feels different from everything else just because of his his glamour, the extra. He's extra. He's extra. He doesn't have to wear that scarf to fight you. He doesn't have to shoot all these fireworks to fight you, but he does because the man loves the stage and he's going to defend the stage. I'm gonna get rid of him though. I think there's another category where he has a fighting chance. Grandmother Silk is technically the last boss of Act 2. Uh, Honestly, not that hard of a fight. Like, I didn't have too much trouble, but it was still a fun fight. Like, if you know all the rules, if you've played a lot of the game and then you get into that fight, really fun fight, really balanced fight. And I think that's why I would keep her over Grohl. Like, people are going to be talking about Grohl for the next 10 years. Whatever Team Cherry does, like, Grohl's always going to be lurking. I'm going to get rid of him. It's just because he's a boss. And the game does this a lot towards the end. It's the boss that is, you fight a bunch of the smaller enemies before the boss. He's like
Hmm.
one of the first ones to do it near the end of Act Two. I'd say that Grohl the Great is really the end of Act Two boss because you need to beat him to like unlock a specific path into an area that you need to get into. I believe it's where the fleas are, if I'm remembering correctly. But you need to beat him either way. And don't even get me started on his run back. Everyone that complains about his run back, just find the fucking secret bench that puts you closer. The run back still sucks either way. But every time I see people complain about that run back, yeah, it's rough because there's a lot of platforming. You're jumping between a lot of enemies. It's rough, man. It's really rough. And then you got to deal with maggots in the water. But then that fight, man, he's just a big pain in the ass. I eventually just had to let him eat me so I could hit him while he had me eaten. But I'm going to get rid of him. Phantom is the alternate end of Act 1 boss if you don't feel like fighting Last Judge. Had I known about Phantom at the time, I would have just gone back and found Phantom. Phantom's really fun. Phantom's another the bosses that are uh like Hornet, I forget what they're it's like the Coven or the Sisterhood, I forget exactly what the group is called. Anything where it's like a basically a sword to sword fight, some of the best fights. Like First Sinner is another one that I would put on there as well. I don't have her on there because I think Phantom is the better fight of those. I think there's another one. I forget her name. It's in the Bell City. I'm starting to lose my Silk Song knowledge here.
Are you
But
back to it?
Phantom's very uh, the fight is just dripping with dread because you're coming out of the swamp because so the swamp is connected to I forget the I forget the name of the area, but it's the working area part of Act Two, and someone's playing an organ, and it's a very creepy organ, and you find Phantom, and she looks just like you, man. She's just a little creepy, and man, for real, Josh, I want you to play this game because I think you'd enjoy this Phantom fight. And then
It's on my list of things to do.
Cogwork Dancers. I want to say Cogwork Dancers is like the smack dab middle of the game fight. Just these two robot mantis looking enemies that very simple to avoid. They telegraph where they're going. Like one will like it'll have its pincer pointing to the right, it's going to the right. The other one and they're doing it at the same time to start out and then they meet in the middle and do like a swipe attack that's a dance. And it's this simple fight, but it's heartbreaking because you eventually destroy one and the other one just keeps going without it, but it still thinks it's there. And it's heartbreaking, man, because it calls back to, and that's more of like a lover's thing. There's more. That story gets played out a little more in Act Two, but it goes back to loss and motherhood and love and all that stuff. And man, it's just really. If I were going to keep one boss fight of these three, it'd probably be Cogwork Dancers, just because it's just a beautiful fight. Beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful fight. And it's really easy to cheese if you're not feeling like dealing with the difficulty. Though again, it is an easier fight. So I'm gonna get rid of Phantom. I'm gonna get rid of Grandmother Silk. I'm gonna keep Cogwork Dancers. So we're down to Cogwork Dancers, Two-Toed Tom, Monkey King, Simon, the Painteress, and Serene. I think
So,
I think the
go ahead.
way we've talked, obviously Silk Song and Claire Obscure Expedition 33 are going to take home the medals.
Mhm.
So I think Two Toed Tom, cool song, cool build up to the fight, really cool giant crocodile that basically has an island on its back that's chasing you through a swamp. Neat, fucking cool. I'm getting rid of it. Monkey King, it's more of a dance, but it's a cool moment in Split Fiction. It produces one of the best lines in Split Fiction. It can go. I'm okay with it going. Are you okay with it
We s-
going?
Yes, we salute you, Monkey King.
We salute you, Monkey King. I can't dance, but your monkey can. Great line. Great line. That leaves us with Cogwork Dancers, Simon, the Paintress, Serene.
So, here's my opinion on the three Clair Obscures that we have. You're right with the Paintress. It's an interesting, it's a great fight. It's, very chaotic. And it leads you into like the what the fuck moment of the whole game of like, what do you mean?
It's what you've been building up to this entire
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, it's very much a you do it. You're like, yeah, I fucking did it, and you think it's all over, and it's like, no, 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 no. Then you get the real story. You're like, what the fuck? So the paint just has to stay up there because not only is it just like leading up to this great moment, but it's also she's a great fight.
Yeah.
Um, Simon, Simon, I think does a really great job of being what normally is, in JRPGs especially, extra or additional bosses are usually just kind of like, hey, we had this idea, we didn't know where to throw them in, so we're just gonna kind of sprinkle this in here and you can fight them, and But no, it's not just that. It's hey, we're gonna throw in this additional lore and we're gonna make it really mysterious. Because even though you know at least a little bit of Simon, you know that he was there at the first expedition. He disappeared. He was Clea's lover, or her tormented Clea's lover. There's so much going on there. It's like, well, what what happened? What is going on here? Like, why is he so much more powerful? Why is he locked up down here in the far depths of the draft of Renwar's drafts?
Well, they don't really give you those answers, right? Like they hint at it, but you don't get
They
everything.
yeah, they know they don't really give it to you, but it just leaves so much more mystery because it's like, okay, it makes you think like maybe there is more to this world. Maybe there is more going on here because the Ren War that you had been fighting up until this point of the game was the Ren War who was trapped, the one who had no idea. So you're like, he had no idea that Simon was there. it was the real Renmore who knew he was there. But it's like, when could this have happened? Because you've been here since day one. You were there at the first expedition.
I think Serene and Simon are both great fights. I think Serene ranks a little higher for me just because it's an immediate. Well, first of all, it's in the base game. It's you can't miss Serene. You have to fight Serene, and I do think most people fight because you have a choice to do the masked guy or Serene. And I think most people go the masked way first because you see those big heads and you're like, I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna go over there
No,
first.
I went straight to Serene first every time.
But narratively, like this is probably the first thing like since losing Gustav. Like this is the first time you've done something and you feel bad because you've lost Gustav and you're like, well, man, fuck this world. Like we're everything has to go. Everything that gets in our way is fucking dead. And you get to Serene and you're just like, man, it's just dancing. It's just dancing, man. I don't want to hurt this thing. It's just fucking dancing. We should leave it alone. But no, you have to do it, and then it does eventually take control of every. I think it takes control of everyone except for Mael. No,
Yeah,
everyone. No,
yeah,
everyone except for because Mael sees
Verso Male. I thought
one of them. I think it's
it's Verso. It's Verso who doesn't get.
because it starts to show everyone they're dead people,
Yeah, I think it was Verso was the only one they didn't fuck with.
and it's offering them a world that where they can. It's basically like, hey, like here you go. Here are your people. Have your people back. Have them back. Like I don't think it was doing anything malicious. It was just like, they're gonna kill me. I
Self
need to
preservation. Like, hey, yeah, like, hey, dude, instead of coming after me and murdering me, like, here, you can have your loved one.
have your loved one, which is what they were building towards. What they were doing anyway. Like, sure, it wasn't true, but was any of it? Hmm. That, think about it. If you're mad about spoilers, what are you still doing here? Get the fuck out of here. Get out.
We warned you. We warned you. God damn it.
We warned you, boy. Get out of
All
here.
right. So if we're gonna go based off of the fact that everybody had to play it, I think you're right. Serene definitely did, but I still think the Paintress is a better boss fight.
I think Paintress is number one.
Yes.
So here's what I like about Paintress is the fight where you beat it and like now you can break all the rules. The thing about Simon is like the end of that. Simon is okay. You've been breaking rules. How 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 bad have you been? How bad have you? Let's show me how bad you've
No,
been.
no, he's not like, oh, you've been breaking the rules. He's like, you, you molded the dog. I was born in it.
How are you gonna try and
He
cheese
pains
me?
us.
Simon's like, how are you gonna try and cheese me, Daddy?
Although they did have that cheese, and I was like, oh, I want to do it, and I honestly had to. It was probably the one time I'm like, I have to cheese a boss. Like it is truly a hard fight. Like there is no honorable way of fighting him, except for. Did you see the article about the guy who fought one of the new bosses and perfectly countered 1,700 and something times?
Is that the duelists or
I think so. Yeah,
the SK clone?
I think it's the duelist.
Man, no,
Yeah, I was like, you
never.
sat there and you countered 1,700 and something times. Like, Jesus Christ.
Gross, man. Go outside. Take a shower.
Yeah.
Take a shower
Touch
outside.
grass. Touch grass.
Oh, good for you. Congratulations.
All
Are we
right,
getting rid
Simon,
of
I'm
Simon?
sorry. Yeah, we lost Simon.
Simon's like, how bad you been breaking the rules? How you gonna cheese me? I think Paintress is number one. I think Paintress is number one. And I think it's beautiful what you have. What you have here is a bunch of beautiful bosses. A bunch of beautiful bosses that are kind of like Serene and Cogwork Dancers. It kind of hurts, man. Kind of hurts to fight them. And then the Paintress is like, no, 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 you gotta go, bitch.
You don't know pain.
You, you don't know. Is this? Do we have it? Are we
Yeah, I'd be
decided?
okay with this order. Yeah.
Okay. So boss fight of the year. In third place we have Serene. In second place we have the Cogwork Dancers. And in third place we have the Paintress. One more category, Josh. Are you ready?
This should honestly be an easy. I say easy, but at the same time, it's like now that I think about it, it's like, oh no, we're picking like of the three. Which three were never, ever, ever,
Never,
ever, ever.
ever, never, ever. Last category, the game I'll never. Well, we get we got to do better on these names out the gate. But this is called "I'll Never Touch It Again." Game I'll never touch again. I'm changing it
It was
right
a good
now.
good idea on paper, terrible execution.
Let me change this before. All right. Last category of the day is
Game
game.
never touched it again.
Oh wow, I messed up.
That's right, guys. We're doing game never touched it again.
Game never touch it again. Game I'll never touch again. There we go. We got it right finally. And the nominees are Hollow Knight Silk Song, Dispatch, Horses, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Blueprints, RE4 OG, Alan Wake, Call of Duty, Robocop, Lost Souls Aside. What a fucking name.
Hey,
Monster Hunters Wilds, and Split Fiction. All right. I'm just going to say right now, I'm still playing Death Stranding 2, and I don't intend to put it down until I'm done. But I did need a break for the last few days. So I do think once I'm done with it, I'll never play it again.
well, hold on. Let's go ahead and throw one at the top. Well, we're not going to throw it at the top, but you know what I mean. Like we know both of us are going to agree to it. Blueprints. Blueprints is definitely on that list.
Yeah, Blueprints is
I
staying.
yeah,
Yeah.
it has to stay. I'm sorry.
For those wondering, we played Alan Wake earlier this year for book club. Was that this year or last year?
2025.
Wow. Feels like forever ago.
I know. I mean, it was pretty sure it was the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I think that was March or April.
Yeah, because it was right before. No, it was right before Charlie came. I finished it before she came, and then I ended up getting Alan Wake 2
Was
from
that
the library.
was that before or after the tornado?
After?
Okay. I'm gonna beat Silk Song and never touch it again, but I keep going back to it, so I'm okay with keeping Silk Song, getting rid of Silk Song.
Yep.
Call of Duty. I mean, it's cheeky, but if Call of Duty stands out, we're gonna play it, right?
And plus, we might go back and play some. You're always going to go back. Are we talking like a specific Call of Duty? Are we talking about the franchise in general?
I think the franchise in general. I think
We're
it's
always
in
going to go
trouble.
back because let's be honest, the most quoted quoted thing from all the Call of Duties, at least for me and my coworkers, are "Remember, no Russian."
No Russian. What a timely mission. I'm getting rid of Call of
Right.
Duty. Split Fiction. I mean, the tough thing about Split Fiction is that you have to have somebody to play it with.
Yeah. And I mean, I already have a friend who said they'll play with me again because they also want to play it,
And it's a great
and she
story.
won't come back.
It's a good story. It's a good story. I want to play it again just because it's a timely story. Hopefully, it doesn't stay timely forever. Hopefully, we get out of this AI bullshit time. But I'm gonna play it again. Let's get rid of Split Fiction.
All right. Up. So Monster Hunter Wilds, I'll probably end up going back. I think it was just for me. I put it down because so many other things were coming out, and it wasn't picking up my interest. But it's also one of those games where like I don't like playing it by myself. I have to have people play with me.
I get that.
So I think eventually I will go back to it. I just think right now I was like I'm playing it by myself. I'm not enjoying it as much as I would. I will go back to it eventually, though. I think so. We can go and get rid of it.
Talk about a miss, man. People were like, people love Worlds, so they're like, man, Wilds is gonna be the next big thing, and it just kind of wah wah.
I mean, it definitely had Monster Hunter has the fandom. I mean, I have two friends who met each other on Monster Hunter Worlds, I think, actually, and got married after the fact.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah, I played
Congrats.
D&D with them. But yeah, it's like there definitely is a fandom. There are people who enjoy it, which by all means, it's not a bad game. It's just for me, it's one of those games where it's like I enjoy it more with people than I do it by myself or joining randoms.
Hmm. I think so. We have two book club games on here: Alan Wake and RoboCop. I'd be okay with playing Alan Wake again. It wasn't my first time playing it when we did it for book club.
Yeah, I think I could go back to Alan Wake again as well. It have to be some time though. Like,
It's not bad. It's fun, and I thought I was gonna be annoyed by the meta commentary about riding, but no, man. I kind of Just kind of eating that shit. Just kind of eating that shit up. It's like, yeah, ain't that the truth, Alan? I agree. I agree.
I especially think with us finally getting a what technically it's a sequel for Control, isn't it?
I think so.
So we'll get that sequel. So we'll probably see more of Alan. I would hope.
Those cowards at Remedy need to give me more Quantum Break before I break them. I will break them.
That's one I need to go back and play some Quantum Break. That's one that is just underutilized or underplayed. Honestly, it's such a
Book
great
club,
game.
book club,
I'm not against it. I
book club
I'm
game.
totally for it being a book club game.
We got to play Weird West after this, but book club, book club.
Yeah. You don't want to twist my arm, sir. I'll play.
I'll play, Mister. I also think like I hated RoboCop. Like no, I enjoyed RoboCop, but towards the end I was like, man, this is getting rough. But again, I also liked how the game got harder the more you were fighting the corporate side of Detroit as
Hmm.
opposed to the criminal side of Detroit. So I really liked that balance it achieved through that.
Plus, I'm technically doing the sequel right now
All right,
with
it's getting
Unfinished Business, and it basically is the same exact game. And literally, no joke. There is nothing. The only thing that I've gotten different so far. Huh, let me say this real quick, Nick, because I think you'll find this hilarious and somewhat interesting. Did you ever watch Dread,
Dread.
the Judge Dredd?
No, I have not watched Dread.
Do you know anything about it?
It's basically another satire about law, about the
I
law.
mean, but have you heard anything about that? What I think it was a 2013 movie. I think was that.
It's got what was that? Was that Urban? Carl Urban in it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you know the setting of it though? How about that? Do you know the setting of that movie?
I'm not familiar. Is that also New Detroit?
No, well, actually, I don't know if it's New Detroit. No, they're in a huge like they're in a city, but it particularly takes place in like this huge like apartment complex, like a huge tower,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to fight your way. Or well, it starts. You start with the main floor, and they work their way all the way to the top to the big who the big honcho is. It's essentially all this is RoboCop meets that movie. That is the whole thing. Is you go in because someone came in and slaughtered the whole police Metro West, and you basically are like, all right, well, I'm gonna go kick some ass, and you're like, well, you're about to go into, uh, you're not in that jurisdiction. He's like, I don't give a shit. So he goes in just guns blazing.
No, well, now you've got me interested in the sequel.
Yeah,
All right, I'm getting rid
pretty
of
good
RoboCop.
so far.
So, what is left so far is Dispatch, Horses, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Blueprints, RE4 OG, and Lost Souls Aside.
Yeah, go. Well, okay. So I'm burnt out of Resident Evil 4, and that's just because I played it so many times, and I'm just like, I'm done. I want to say I'm done, but I also know there's some really good mods out there, and I watch a particular Resident Evil streamer plays all these different mods and it makes it look so much fun. I'm like, God damn it, I'm gonna go back and play Resident Evil, aren't I?
You're a sicko, dude. You're fucking addicted. And I saw that on there. That he's gonna go back and play that game. He's so full of shit.
I am. I'm gonna. I mean, I'm done. I beat it all on PC. I beat it all on PlayStation.
Have
And
you
I
beat?
think tech.
Do you beat VR? VR?
Yeah, actually, I did beat it in VR.
You're sick fuck, man. I'm deleting.
And
You're junky. You're not done with
I
RE4.
think all that's left is this bad boy,
I can't see it on this camera.
the Xbox.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna delete RE4 OG. You should call Guinness Book and tell him that you've beat that on every console, and you should do that with Skyrim too.
Oh God, no! I could not. I tried doing it on the Switch, and I'm like, this shit's fucking awful. And then don't even get me started on VR.
I would if somebody streamed if somebody's gimmick on Twitch was, "Hey, this game that's been released on everything, I'm going to beat it on every one of those, and I'm not going to stop until I do it."
That sounds awful, except for in some cases where I think like so I didn't know this. Let me ask you this. How familiar are you with the original RE1?
Like before the remake.
Yes.
If I remember that mansion, I remember the good chunk of that layout.
Yeah, okay. Are you aware of what consoles it released to?
PlayStation, I don't think the first one got an N64 release.
No, but it got a Sega Saturn release.
Jesus, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. And ironically, one of the only changes they made between that port and the PlayStation port was one line. And I'm like, wow, that is very obscure. Like that's weird. That's the one thing you changed of the whole entire thing.
I did not know that was on the Saturn.
I didn't know that either. And I was like, ah, that's interesting. That's Sega Saturn. Like, I actually want to go back now and see, like, did they release the other Resident Evils on there? Because it's weird that N64 got only, I think, Resident Evil 2,
Yeah.
and I think Dreamcast got 2 and 3.
Dreamcast got 2, 3, and then Code Veronica X
Veronica.
was like the
No,
exclusive.
just Veronica. It wasn't Veronica X.
Oh, it was just Veronica. Okay, Veronica X was like the
Which,
later.
and which I didn't know this with Veronica and Veronica X. One of the only two big name or noticeable differences are Wesker isn't involved as much in Veronica as he is in Veronica X, and Steve's haircut.
Well, and also they put an X on the box.
Well, that too, but that's a gimme.
They put an X on the box. All right, get me out of Resident Evil corner. I didn't ask for this. Get me out of here.
All right, well, I'm definitely keeping Lost Souls aside on there. This is definitely a company's first attempt of a game. They definitely love their like Devil May Cry beat 'em ups. Interesting concept in theory, very generic story. I'm literally playing it to get the trophies and I'm done. It's I've beat it once. It's too long, and there's not really like I said, the story's just very blah. There's nothing interesting about it.
And I'm being very cynical with Dispatch. I gave it like 3 stars when I reviewed it on Backlog. Uh, it's fine. Not all the dialogue worked for me. I'm not gonna. I, I say I'm not gonna go back and try the other things I didn't do, but we all know that's a fucking lie. If I find a little bit of free time, I probably would do that. So I'm gonna say goodbye to Dispatch. I haven't taken it off of my Steam Deck yet, so it's still up. So what's left is Horses, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Blueprints, and Lost Souls aside. I think I would still play Death Stranding 2. Horses, you download it because it was banned on Steam, and you played it, and you enjoyed it. Well, enjoyed it's funny word there. It's
There's
fine.
no enjoying in horses.
It's fine. It's a game.
You came, you saw, you regretted it.
I can't believe I streamed that entire game. I was like, oh, half the stuff being shown. I was like, can I show this? I don't know if I can show this. I don't know.
We're gonna show it until I get banned.
Just standing there with it smack dab in the middle of the screen. I'm gonna get rid of Death Stranding 2. Blueprints wins this, right?
Oh, 100%. I'm never as much as I love to trophy hunt or achievement hunt. That is the one game I think I will never ever 100% do unless someone comes up with like a strategy guide that is like foolproof. Then I might just do that just to get them, but beyond that, it's not worth it.
All right. So the order I have here is 1 Blueprints, 2 Horses, 3 Lost Souls aside.
That's perfectly fine with me.
Well, let me fix this real quick. There we go. Oh no, Souls has it too. Oh no. I fixed it. All right. So, game I'll never touch again. Third place. I'm sorry. First place. Why am I forgetting what order I usually do these in? Yeah,
You
third
usually
place.
go
Third
from
place.
least to most.
Okay. Game I'll never touch again. Third place. Lost Souls aside. Second place. Horses. First place. Blueprints.
Bye, bitch.
Whew. All right. Hey, we did the 3 categories. Quick recap. We had best game on the go. In third place, Ball Pit. In second place, Dispatch. In first place, Hollow Knight Silk Song. Best boss fight of the year. In third place, we had Serene from Claire Obscure Expedition 33. In second place, we had Cogwork Dancers from Hollow Knight Silk Song. And then in first place, also from Claire Obscure, The Paintress. And then we just wrapped it up. Game I'll never touch again. Third place, we had Lost Souls Aside, which Josh just loves so much. 2, we had Horses with all the naked horses. And then in number 1, Blueprints. Tell that great uncle he can keep that mansion because I don't want it. I don't want that shit. I do not want it. Leave me alone. Get it out of here.
Give it to the head maid.
Give it to the head maid. Get out of here. Get on. All right, hey, we've reached the end of day 1. Day 2 is going to be exciting with with the old switcheroo guys tomorrow. We're going to get out of here. We're going to go lick our wounds. Everybody, this has been Smashing Game Time. I hope you had a smashing great time. We'll see each and every one of you next time.